it the right way. Periscope isn't the best platform. But today, I was unfortunately reminded of one of the tougher phone calls I've had in my career. I think it was either the 26th or 27th of last year. I got that phone call from my manager's manager, my skip manager. I didn't talk to him much, not in a formal way. That way, when I get a scheduled meeting on my calendar, it was usually a call out the blue. So I knew that either I was going to get kudos for something that I did extremely well, or I was going to get laid off. And it was the second of those two scenarios. I got laid off from my job at VMware, which I had only had for 6 months. So today, January 28th is the day. 2020 is layoff day at VMware. I got a couple of DMs to let me know that some good friends in the industry got the notice that they got laid off at VMware. I'm not going to get into the details of how VMware does layoffs because that's not really the point of it, and I don't want to share VMware's dirty laundry. But however, I got laid off from VMware a year ago. What happened after me? Well, one, I kind of mentally prepared myself for the phone call. When I got the scheduled meeting on my calendar with my manager, I knew that it was probably news that I didn't want to hear. But I mentally was prepared for it because, I've kind of done this thing for 20 years. I've made similar phone calls and I've been in similar meetings. So I knew what was coming. So it was not a surprise. I took it fairly well, but there's still kind of this shot to the ego, whether you're prepared for it or not. You know what? If you work for VMware, let me reassure you for this one thing. If you work for VMware, you are a exceptional resource, just period. If you went through the interview process, if you've answered the tough questions, if you've done the mock presentations, that was just a reinforcement or validation of your skill set. You are a exceptional resource. VMware is an exceptional company that hires the best of the best. So first off, you're still the best of the best. That just because you got laid off from VMware doesn't mean that you're no longer the best of the best and that you're not valued. VMware just simply does this. I talked to C-level executives within VMware after my layoff. I got that reassurance that they still highly valued my skill set. They still highly valued my reputation. It's just business. I mean, it is what it is. VMware does what VMware does. They have this philosophy that they realign their workforce for the market that they think they need. And sometimes they end up getting rid of people that they really, really do value. That may sound weird. You know what? They value, but they laid you off. You guys, I'm not going to get into the package VMware gives you, but you see the package. VMware does as good as they can by people that they lay off this time of year to try and give you a soft landing. I trust that that's true. I don't like the fact that I get laid off. I mean, I got to feed my family, and I shut down my business, the CTO advisor, to take the job at VMware. And so I sacrificed a lot, and the getting laid off is never a pleasant thing, but it's change. And we talk about this, whether you're at VMware, AWS, etc. We talk about the value of change to the people we try and sell our wares to. As a CTO advisor, I'm selling the concept of embracing change. So it would be intellectually dishonest for me to say that change is good and to get laid off from VMware and not think that somehow something positive would come out of it. Something positive did come out of it. I looked internally for roles within VMware and just nothing excited me. I got put in front of the list for every role that I really was interested in, had really great conversations. It's just that nothing really excited me as much as the role that I was giving up inside of VMware. So two of my favorite jobs I've ever had was the solutions architect role at VMware, because I got to talk to a lot of customers, and talking to customers is what I have a passion about. I just love solving problems using technology, and VMware put me in a position to do that. And if I wasn't going to do that in my new role, I just really wasn't interested in, staying at VMware. I just not a knock against VMware, just wasn't a role that excited me anymore. So what was left? You know what? The second best job, or best job I ever had, not second best job I ever had, was the CTO advisor, because I create my own opportunity. It's super difficult to go out. I don't want to sugarcoat this. It's super difficult to go out and figure out how you're going to make your paycheck from month to month, figuring out insurance, etc. But again, VMware hired you because you have the skill set to do exactly that. If you didn't have that skill set, that entrepreneurial spirit, that ability to figure out tough problems, you wouldn't have never gotten the job at VMware to begin with. So it's just a validation, guys. You just need to hear this sometimes in tough times. You men and women are still the men and women that interviewed for VMware, whether it was 6 months ago, like me, in my situation, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, doesn't matter. You're still that exceptional talent that was worthy enough to work for one of the world's greatest technology companies. You're still that skill set. You shouldn't feel ashamed, and you shouldn't feel distracted from applying for some of the most toughest positions in our industry, because you've proved that you can already do it. You guys need help? My DMs are open. Maybe I can't point you to a new job. Maybe you just need, an ear to bend kind of advice on what happened to me immediately after. I'm more than happy to have the conversation. One of the advantages of being the CTO advisor is I make my own schedule. Talk to you guys later. Good luck. God bless you and your family.